Okay, so Kim Kardashian's back for round two on this one. Some people just don't have any sense of self-awareness. Alright, but obviously that's an article. I'll have the link in the description box. But here's the second part of the article. Okay, so it was saying here that Kim is referencing a mass murder in Texas, obviously. You know, except it doesn't seem like the mass murder is the part that sickens her. It seems like it's the fact that the person was able to buy a gun and ammunition that sickens her. Alright, and we'll get into that a little bit later, but I'm going to show you some of the tweets she posted. So notice how it's all about how our, quote, gun laws have to change. Notice how it's wasn't about, hey, maybe Valerie, knowing that this guy had issues, should probably have been aware that he was a violent person, and she probably should have done something to protect herself against him. It's not, don't get involved with thugs. If you see somebody who is got a long criminal past, you might want to be careful about before you get involved with them. No, it's all about the guns. It's all about the fact that the guy was able to buy a firearm online. Now, I haven't seen anything where it said whether or not he did or did not get a background check. A lot of the media sources won't actually come out and say if it was a person-to-person online sale or if it was a online sale through an FFL. But just because you buy a firearm online doesn't mean you're not getting a background check. In fact, in many cases, it does mean you're getting a background check. All right, take for example this PTR 91 I have. I purchased this online. What happened from there? I still had to go into a brick and mortar FFL to pick it up. I still had to fill out the 4473. I did not receive the background check because under state law in Texas, if you have a CHL, they don't have to actually call NICS up. Which, that may sound scary to people like Kim Kardashian who are very unaware of the law. But in Texas, to get a CHL, you have to have a pretty squeaky clean background. Even though we're a shall-issue state, you can't have any Class A or Class B misdemeanors within the last 10 years. You obviously can't be a felon. You can't be delinquent in child support payments. You can't owe any money and taxes to the state. And if you actually look at the crime rate among CHL holders, it's actually a lot lower than the police. You're talking about a lot of the violations that you do find with CHL holders. A lot of the times they're just like minor infractions, or if it is involving their CHL, a lot of the times it's a non-violent infraction. It may have been somebody carrying into a gun-free zone, or it may have been somebody with their paperwork all mixed up. Not indicators of violent felons is pretty much what it gets at. But let's take a little bit of a look at David Connolly now on this story here. So I'm going to present to you an excerpt from an article I saw from the Washington Post on David Connolly. Wow, this David Connolly seems like a really nice guy, right? And you notice how Kim Kardashian didn't put any warnings out on Twitter saying, hey, mothers, hey, women, if the person is a violent thug, maybe you shouldn't get involved with them. If the person has a history of being a criminal, you should really be careful before you even get involved with them. You know, no, she didn't mention that. It was all about the guns. Did she say, hey, well, you know what? If you've been involved with somebody like this in the past and this person is stalking you, maybe, perhaps, you should look into the means to protect yourself, getting the means to protect yourself? No. You know, you can sit there and rattle on about, well, this wasn't a gun-free zone. This wasn't, there wasn't any no-gun signs posted at this house. Well, yeah, but guess what? David Connolly knew the victim well enough to know she didn't have a firearm, obviously. And it's amazing, that people actually think that Kim Kardashian cares about Valerie Jackson. Because she doesn't. If this hadn't happened, and Kim Kardashian couldn't have used Valerie Jackson as a political bludgeon, she wouldn't give a shit about Valerie Jackson. In fact, she doesn't give a shit about Valerie Jackson. The only thing Valerie Jackson is to Kim Kardashian is a political bludgeon. How can I come to that conclusion? Well, where was Kim Kardashian when Carol Brown was stabbed to death while waiting on getting her gun permit in New Jersey? Kim Kardashian was ironically very silent. Kim Kardashian didn't want to speak up about the damages those restrictive gun laws caused in New Jersey and the fact that Carol Brown couldn't get that pistol in time to protect herself because people like Kim Kardashian had their way in New Jersey. And the fact that Kim Kardashian actually thinks that people take her serious, although I guess she has 34 million followers on Twitter, shows you that 34 million people, I guess, really don't have much in the way of lives or brains. I mean, you follow somebody like that, I mean, shoot, no wonder our country's going down the tube. All right, but anyway, guys, I swear, if you take Kim Kardashian seriously, and I doubt, I know that she has 34 million followers, and I doubt even then many of them would actually take her seriously on this or actually be swayed by her word on this. So, but, if there are, that is the mark of a truly brainless individual. This is a mark of somebody truly incapable of independent thought. All right, y'all take her easy now.